As most riders know, the number one moto accident scenario occurs in an intersection, with the driver either not seeing us or recognizing us too late to avoid making a bad decision. Keep watching to find a hack so you won't get whacked. I'm Hal Diley, and you've entered the friction zone. It's time to ride. Riding rhymes, timely rhymes to save your behind. When discussing our safety as we approach an intersection, the number one tip I'm about to provide you with is to better ensure that you are seen and recognized by thy driver waiting to pull out. But before we get to that, I want to talk about Bruce Lee and what Bruce Lee and Columbo have to do with improving your safety as you approach an intersection. Let's go back to Bruce Lee's demonstration at the 1967 Long Beach International Karate Championships. Now, this was his first real introduction to the martial art community at large. And legend is that this footage led to him being cast as Kato in the Green Hornet. Now, he demonstrated a number of things. His sensitivity through blindfolded chi sao from the art of Wing Chun. Showed his strength with his famous finger push-ups. Showed his power with his 1-inch punch. But what we want to look at is his unblockable strike, or non-telegraphic strike, which demonstrated his speed. But more than just his pure speed, this really demonstrated Bruce's understanding of how humans perceive motion. Bruce knew that moving in a straight line, straight at your opponent, makes it difficult for them to judge your speed and distance. Being non-telegraphic, no signals on your approach, also makes it difficult for them to perceive your approach. It allows you to blend in and actually surprises your opponent. So when we talk about surprising your opponent, it's you're not being seen at all. They might be misjudging your speed and distance, or they only recognize it so late that they're not able to react in time to stop or strike. As a motorcyclist, does this sound familiar? This is what we face when we approach an intersection. So when we talk about ways that we can use the lessons of Bruce Lee to improve our visibility to others, we understand that wider motions, such as being demonstrated in these punches, stands out more than a straight punch. And that goes for footwork as well. Up and down or side-to-side motion with your footwork is easier to see than a motion that slides straight in or straight back out. This is why I don't like the adage when people tell you, you should ride like you're invisible. Only because that doesn't serve us as a rider. It provides us with no control and leaves it up to chance or fate. Instead, we should ride to make ourselves more visible. This way we take control of our ride. So when we're talking about a motorcyclist here approaching the intersection, you'll see that we use our riding rhyme. And it's a little weave to be perceived. This back and forth motion across the lane increases our visual footprint. We use our bike and our riding to make ourselves more visible. Here again is that little weave to be perceived from the perspective of the motorist. Remember, a straight line isn't fine. There's that back and forth. Notice how that headlight increases in intensity, much like panning a flashlight back and forth or swing a lantern back and forth to attract attention. So remember, the next time you approach an intersection, use a little weave to be perceived. Or
serpentine! What? Serpentine!
I'm Hal Diley, and you've been riding in the Friction Zone. Thanks for watching. If you liked our video, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get priority access to all of our videos. We also welcome your comments. Any suggestions you may have for future subjects to keep you safe and enhance your motorcycling experience. Also remember that safety is a responsibility we all share. Sharing this video with your riding friends and family can help them improve and enhance their riding as well. We all want to make sure that we return home safe after a great day of riding. I'm Hal Diley. Thanks for joining me in the Friction Zone.
Okay, but remember, serpentine!